Okay, so I've been taking a look through the Winter 15 release notes today and I spotted an item of interest. So here we have run, more future methods and callouts. Some limits have been increased within Salesforce. Previously we had limits of 10 futures and 10 callouts. So from any execution context, we could perform 10 times 10 equals 100 web service callouts from a button or trigger. Those limits have been hugely increased now to 50 and 100 respectively, meaning we can initiate 50 futures, and from each one of those 50 futures we can make 100 web service callouts. 50 times 100 is 5,000. So this is amazingly powerful and allows us to push the limit of callouts within Salesforce to a large volume. I felt the need to test this, and that's what I've done today. So reusing a web service callout capability within Salesforce that I've previously developed, I've placed a couple of utility methods around that to allow me to create 50 future calls, and within each one of those to create 100 web service callouts. So from within the Execute Anonymous window, I'm now going to initiate that process. So as stated, this is going to create 50 futures, place 50 futures in the queue, and from each one of those futures it's going to make 100 callouts. That process is going to take a few moments. Whilst I'm waiting for that process to complete, this is the web service that we're actually calling out to within that mechanism. So we're making 5,000 calls to this particular web service, and it's not an insignificant web service. It returns a reasonable amount of data, quite a body size there. If we take a look at a JSON viewer, we can see that there are 286 rows of data in all being returned within that JSON response. Now let's take a look now within the monitoring section, Apex Jobs. Just refresh this screen and load up the current state of the futures. Okay, and we can see here that there are lots of futures in the system. Some are completed, some are processing, and some likely are still queued. There are 2 pages here. Each page contains 25 rows, so there's a total of 50 rows, and there's 50 futures that have been initiated. And so also switching back to the developer console and the debug log, we can see again 50 futures in there. And if we open up any one of them at random, we can see within the debug section we're performing counts of the number of callouts being performed. So this is within a single future. We have 100 calls, total callouts 100, and we've looped around that, made that call out to that web service, returned that JSON data 100 times for each future, and there were 50 futures altogether, which I honestly believe adds a really powerful capability to the Salesforce platform now, giving us the power to make up to 5,000 callouts from any single invocation, such as a user pressing a button or a user saving a record and kicking off through a trigger. I think that's amazing. And thank you.